like to think I do. And this book certainly helps. Now, this Wild Thyme, the song goes, and the Wild Mountain Thyme grows around the blooming heather. Will ye go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together. And it goes on like that. But the thing is that here, we're not on the mountain, we're at the seaside, so maybe this is the wild seaside thyme. Anyway, I'm going to see what Richard Mabey's got to say here. I can remember it even coming to the rescue of an ill-assorted collection of beef and remnant vegetables left over at the end of a Welsh canal holiday. It was our last day, and we had set off to look for stray red kites on the Skirrid Vower. We found no kites, but a great deal of wild thyme, and back on the boat we stuffed meat, veg and swathes of the herb inside some foil and let it all seethe in the oven. The result was delectable, a tender pot roast, scented right through with the subtle earthy fragrance of the wild thyme. And here it is on the Welsh coastline. I've come a little way along the coastline here, and I'm doing my own sort of beach combing to discover whatever the sea has thrown up, whatever is to be found. Here, there's something which has a direct link with the sea. There's this plant down here is the Scurvy Grass. Now this plant, a major source of vitamin C, something that we all need in our diets. And the ancient mariners, the sailors, when they used to go to sea, they would run out of fresh fruit and veg. But they could take this with them, and of course when they made land, they could look for it on the cliffs and on the beaches. I always think it's worth considering the fact that all sorts of plants which we grow as vegetables in our gardens, in our allotments, their ancestors, the parents of these plants, are to be found growing wild in a place like this. Here's one, which is the wild carrot. The leaf looks much the same as the sort of carrot we grow in the vegetable patch, but the root, totally different, and of no use to us at all. This is the parent, the ancestor of the carrot, the sort of carrot which Bugs Bunny might like to munch on, or we might like to crunch on, a nice orange one. We won't find one in the ground here, and yet it is the same plant. And like I said earlier, all the plants, the vegetables, the cabbage and the beetroot, we can find their parents growing wild on the cliffs and the beaches all around Britain. I've had another absolutely marvellous day. I've been bathing myself in all this negative ionisation coming in from the mighty oceans and the sky above, and I feel on top of the world. And I found all sorts of incredible plants too. Totally, totally brilliant.
More from Steve again next week.